Welcome to Pressing Matters. I'm your host, Jamal Radio Raheem. Now, Pressing Matters is a show about vinyl records, whether I'm showing you my collection, interviewing somebody, going to a record store. As long as we're talking about vinyl, that's what you're going to get on Pressing Matters. Now, in this episode, I'm interviewing Kai, and this was one of my favorite episodes that I've done. I'm not going to lie. We talked about her love for J Dilla. We talked about how her family influenced her music taste, like the old school records that she got in her collection. We talked about it all. I cut it a little weird because I didn't do a proper outro on this episode because I was in a rush and everything like that. But nonetheless, this is one of my favorite episodes. I think y'all will enjoy it. Check it out, and I'll catch y'all next time.
So, what got you into collecting records?
So, my granddad is in a cover band, and he plays the bass. He's put me onto music since forever. I had a young mom, so we all grew up in the same household together. So the stuff that they were doing already as a family, like he had his shows. My family owns a church, so we're a church family. So being surrounded by the gospel, but also being around like him and his funk and his soul, like learning the bass riffs and all that, like I feel like I got two really good sides of the spectrum. So that started pouring into me. And he had a huge record collection, but he made the mistake of letting one of his bandmates borrow it and never saw it again. And I kind of saw how that affected him. Like, oh, I don't have these heirlooms. And I was like, this is something that I could do. And I'm fortunate enough to be in an area where there's a good amount of record stores in my area. So what I thought of maybe as a hobby, like I discovered one on a whim one time when I was just out and about in the downtown area, and I just kind of walked up on one. I said, this wouldn't be so bad of something to start doing for not only how much I love music, but like kind of honoring him in a way. And like, that's another way that we could relate to each other. And I've had like great conversations with him. I brought records to his house and we talked about it. Like, it's really special. So
that is a great answer to that question. I was not expecting that. Like, because most people I talk to, like they start over the pandemic because it was just something to do. I was not expecting that. Cause I got a lot of record stores near me as well. Because I live in San Jose. There's like hella record stores near me. So that's a good answer though. What's the first vinyl you purchased?
Okay. So I had a hard time answering this question because I don't know the first one that I purchased, but I know the first one that I got gifted.
Okay.
And I have so many, so they're hard to keep organized. So I just grabbed the first one that I pulled because I remember the first ones I got maybe like, I guess I would consider it a bundle. Like I got a couple as like a gift. So the first one I got as a gift was Hive Mind.
Good album.
And I feel like that's a really good start, don't you think? Like
that's a good album.
It's funny because like in the garage, I came across a couple. It was I cannot think. It was Bob Marley and the Wailers live. It was a Bill Cosby sings, and then it was like a rock and roll compilation. And those are the first three that I just like randomly came across. And then I started gaining my interest, and I was like, I want a record player. I want records. So for my first like gift, I got a record player and 3 records, and I got Hive Mind with that. So
that's a good album. I honestly am going to drop another album recently. Been waiting a little bit. Okay, so if you can go to dinner with anybody from your collection, any artist you name, I know that's a hard question, but who would you go with and why?
I thought about this, and I'm trying to think if I want to change my answer, but I think I'm going to stick with my answer. Okay. I'm going to stick with my answer. My answer is J Dilla.
Great answer.
Yeah. Favorite producer. His artistry has impressed me for years. It's crazy because I wouldn't say like it's more of an infatuation now, but A lot of my music taste, period, I owe it to my mom and my granddad.
Mhm.
And you know how you like kind of have like chops of bits and pieces in your memory from when you were a kid. Like you could be in the back of the car vibing with the windows down. Mine was J Dilla. And once I came back across that music that I loved hearing as a kid, but like I didn't understand it because it was just instrumentals and it was just production. There was no words on it, but it made sense to me in my head. And then I started really researching like who he was, what he did for his community, how short his life was. Like
Yeah.
it just really, really, really built that up for me entirely. And I feel like I would have loved to meet him. And I got a tattoo for him, and I love him. So yeah.
That's a great person. Dilla is one of them people that like I mean, I've obviously listened to like hip hop my whole life, but when I was in college is when I really got into J Dilla. Because his sampling, it was like so unique to me. He would take like certain samples, and I'm like, that shouldn't work, but it works. I don't know how you made it work. And then like, or I listened to a lot of Tribe. So when he was working with Tribe and certain stuff like that, like Dilla is on another level. I watched a documentary, and I think Questlove produced it.
Yep.
That had me. I don't really get sad over stuff. I was sad watching that, even though I knew what was going to happen. It felt like, oh no, he can't die. Then obviously, like Donuts is an album that I listen to. Like if I need something to listen to and I don't know what, that's one of the albums I go to. But that's. Do you have a favorite? I guess Dilla beat.
Yes, because I got it tattooed. It's So Far to Go. That's my favorite
Oh,
Dilla track.
really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's so like I said, like if you have any memories as a kid, just like vibing. That was my I'm in the back seat of the car. I hear this song and it's like I hear this melody. Like when you hear that track, like I can't even describe it. I know you know what I mean, but
Yeah.
like just trying to make sense of a track, it's so simple, but it's so complex and it's like layered so beautifully. Like even as a kid, I was just like, what is this? Like there's no way that I could have made sense of it. But especially now that I'm an adult, I can listen to that track not only the one with Common on it to where he rapped over it, but
Mhm.
also just with the D'Angelo vocals on it. I got a tattoo because like in my life now, that's my reminder. I just look down and I'm like, you got to keep going. Like this is the shit that held you down back then when you were a kid and you didn't even make sense of it. Now it's starting to make sense and like just push. Like
Dilla's one of them. He's for me like how you're talking about Jay Dilla is how I feel about Ninth Wonder.
mhm.
So yeah, there's certain beats that I've heard from like Ninth Wonder, and especially when he was with like Lil Brother, and I'll hear stuff and I'm just like, man, like I can hear this all day. Like it reminds me of certain memories when I was a kid, conversations that my parents would be having, stuff I would see on TV, stuff like that. So that Dilla's a great person. Who was the other person you would have picked if it wasn't Dilla?
It would have been somebody older, like I probably would have picked like Stevie or I have a Quincy Jones. I don't have a Quincy Jones. I have multiple Quincy Jones, but I would have picked Quincy. Um, yeah, I feel like somebody from later era
I feel
or
like
earlier time of that.
I'd be too embarrassed to speak with Stevie. I would be like, I would ask him like too many questions. I feel like it wouldn't even,
Yeah.
it would get like to the point where he'd probably get annoyed. I would ask him so many questions. Like, because I say this every time somebody brings up Stevie Wonder. As is the greatest song of all time. I don't care what anybody says. That is the greatest song. Like, when
And
I,
even getting into, I did not mean to cut
oh,
you
you
off.
good, you good. When I get married, that's the only thing I need. That song. I don't care about anything else how it's ran. That song
Forget
gotta
the
get played.
reception. Like, just play the song. We
That
done.
song
We
gotta
going
get played.
home.
So
I was gonna say like gratitude through the roof. I've seen so many artists and I met a few artists. So like doubling down on that dinner question, it's like I've seen so many people. I've definitely gotten the privilege to see so many people
mhm.
because like if one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a way. I'm gonna try to get
Yeah.
there especially for a concert, especially for a meet and greet. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna wait in the line. I'm gonna stand there. I don't care. So that's why I wanted to attribute it to artists that either are not accessible or are no longer here. I feel
Yeah.
like not only do they deserve their flowers, but like that's like if you could say one thing to one person, like what would it be? You know,
Yeah.
like
That
that delivery.
the reason why I asked that question too, it always gives me like I guess like how people's taste is too, because that question tells me
Mm-hmm.
a lot. Because some people will say somebody
Mm-hmm.
like I mean, it's not a bad answer. They'll say Beyonce, and I'm like, okay, I know your taste just off of your
Yeah.
answer. I mean, yeah, I would do the same thing too, Beyonce. But so I get like people's taste based off of the answer that
Mm-hmm.
question. Um, yeah, everybody I asked that question to, they've given me answers that had me like, wow, I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Because I was not expecting Dilla. I, I don't think anybody's giving me that answer either. Um, so this question, what vinyl makes you think of your home state or your childhood, however you want to take that one?
I feel like you're not gonna expect this one either. It's gonna come really left field. To preface it, this one's all because of my granddad. So I put it. Is Gratitude by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, was not expecting that. Okay.
Earth, Wind, and Fire was like the four corners of my music hood growing up. Like, okay, and that was another one. I was thinking like dinner with Earth, Wind, and Fire, but I was like, I can't sit with them. And they ain't even all gone.
The
So
whole, yeah.
yeah, like um but yeah, this was definitely going to be Earth, Wind, and Fire has given me so much. And I feel like that's another one that followed me well into adulthood, and now I can really study it
Hmm.
and learn more about them and like the topics that they were talking about, the musicality, when they were picking up and dropping band members left and right like crazy. I
Yeah.
feel like music never switched. You know, the lyricism stayed the same, the flow still stayed the same. I started to gain my interest in like when people were going off doing their electric guitar solos and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. Um, yeah, one of my favorite songs of all time is here. And um, so my family, we used to go to this diner, and I feel like I'm so grateful for like people don't get these experiences anymore. So like even saying it back loud, out loud, it's funny because like I'm talking about the gratitude that I have, and it's like
Hmm.
gratitude. Uh, they had like mini jukeboxes on the table. So my granddad had his CDs in rotation in the car, so we were still listening to it there. But then whenever we would go, it would be like once every weekend or once every couple weeks. We would go up there and we would just play our music. It would be Temptations, it would be Earth, Wind, and Fire,
Wow.
it would be Whispers, it would be Spinners, all that. And this is a shared family thing. It's me, my mom, and my aunt. Our favorite Earth, Wind, and Fire song is Reasons. And we'll always hit the high notes. We'll always sing together. Like, it's our thing. It's really special. So I give it to Earth, Wind, and Fire, hands down. They did a lot for me. I feel like that'll continue. Earth, Wind, and Fire is actually the artist I have the most of in my collection. I want to say I have like 7 or 8 Earth, Wind, and Fire vinyls.
Oh, okay. I think I
And
only have,
yeah.
I think I only have, I have the greatest hits. I have like three. But Earth, Wind, and Fire is a group that if I see them, I don't, even if I don't know the album, I just grab it.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm gonna like some songs on here, even if I never heard it. Same with Stevie, to be honest. I have a lot of Stevie. I
I have a
probably
couple.
have more Stevie than anything.
Yeah.
I have some that I haven't even put on like Discog. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care to put it on there. But
If it makes you feel better, I only have 2 things on Discogs right now.
I have a
My
lot on.
collection is so all over the place. I feel overwhelmed even doing that. So yeah,
You could just scan the barcode. That would save you so much time.
thank you for letting me know because I would have never thought.
But I was manually putting them in.
Uh,
I was like, I'm not doing this no more. And then somebody told me, and I was like, this, I don't think too many people know that. But you could just scan the barcode. The older records, you're gonna probably have to manually put those in. But even then, some of them you could scan it and then like it'll pop up and then you just boop, boop. Saves you hours because I was manually putting them in, and I got like almost 500 records now,
Mhm.
so that would take a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would think the Earth, Wind, and Fire. I think if you're black, I'm not going. If you're black, you probably have Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's your childhood has some Earth, Wind, and Fire involved in that. You know.
And I feel like I'm grateful too, because like I'm a 2000s baby. I feel like people look at me and like, of course I have a young face, but at the same time, like I'm sure the answers I'm giving you aren't giving 2000s baby. You know, like
No,
I have the most insurmountable gratitude to have the music taste that I have and have grown up around people that have given me that. You know, like it's so much deeper to when I have conversations around with other people my age and just hearing the variety. Granted, like, okay, yeah, you can electric slide, you might know some Tina Marie, and okay, that's cool, but like it gets deeper than that. And not that I'm in a position to push and feel the need to relate to my elders. Much respect to y'all. But like it feels cool to have these conversations with other people. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I will say your answers definitely have surprised me because I'm pretty sure I'm older than you by like 10 years, and I'm anticipating like oh some younger artists.
Mhm.
So all of your answers have kind of surprised me because I'm expecting like younger artists and stuff like that, and then like every story I'm like oh that's not what I was anticipating.
Yeah.
Wasn't anticipating any of that. So I'm like, that's a good thing, honestly. And that's
Mhm.
one of the reasons why I like doing this too, because I'd be like judging people. I ain't gonna act like I don't. I'd be judging people, and then
Yeah.
I'm always shocked when people tell me like different answers.
What it is. Mm-hmm.
So, all right, the last question I always ask. This is a hard question. Um, people's answers change. My answers have changed even when I try to do this myself. If you're on a desert island and you get five vinyl to pick, what are those five albums and why?
So okay. I feel like my answer is gonna change. Um I have some random one-off ones.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go with two that I have picked, and then everything else is gonna be like it'll be a subject. Okay.
Sure.
So I got Quincy Jones Walking in Space.
Okay.
Um I love this record. I don't even have much to say about it. When I heard it for the first time, I was just utterly blown away. So I feel like this is one of the ones where you literally just have to listen to it, let it speak for itself. That's what that is. And like you said earlier, like some stuff you could just listen to all day. That's
Yeah.
definitely one of them. Okay. And then my second choice is gonna be Mad Villain. Um,
Yeah.
I wouldn't call myself a diehard Doom fan, but I am a very big Doom fan. You can't. I'm a very big Doom fan. Some people don't get it, and that's okay. Um, I enjoy rap for being rap. I really
Yeah.
love rap music. I love anomalies when people like Doom can hide behind a mask and be hidden basically their whole career, but come out and do like phenomenal things. You know, like I came up in my like pivotal high school years a J Cole fan versus like this was like Migos, Lil Uzi, like everybody was
Okay.
coming up with
I
that,
get
and I'm
you.
over here on my little J Cole train, like in the corner, like y'all can have that, you know, like
Yeah.
I was there for the lyricism and the production versus everything else.
I get what you're
So,
saying.
yeah, that's why I picked Doom. Um,
R.I.P. to Doom. I
yeah,
got
that
I got a Doom. I got the mask.
mhm.
I got a poster. Oh, the poster's literally right next to me. I don't know why I'm looking over there. I have his CD on my wall and I have his cassette on the wall. And they're all like Doom was just somebody. I know what I'm getting when I listen to some Doom.
Mhm.
I know what to expect when I listen to the Doom, and that's it. I know the production is gonna be fire. Like it sucks that he got the credit after he passed away, and he didn't get to like enjoy it while he was here.
Mhm.
But nonetheless, I'm still glad that like, people are still discovering him and like they're becoming big fans of his. That is something that I'm at least glad is happening. Wish he would have been able to get his flowers when he was here, but it happens.
Mhm.
Mm,
Yeah, I feel you.
I think it's
Okay. I think my third would be songs in the key of life.
oh okay. You don't really
I
need
don't
it.
even think I
Yeah,
need to.
no explanation needed.
Nope. That's it. Fourth, it would be Jamiroquai, Traveling Without Moving. That's one of
Ooh,
my top 3 albums of all time. Like, hands down, nobody. You can't argue with me on that. That
you
is
put
one
that
of my
on
top
vinyl?
3 albums. I, hold on. Let me find it. I didn't pull it because I couldn't find it, but now I need to find it. Let me. Oh my goodness. Where is it? Uh, music. Come on. Where are you at? Dang. Come on, man. Where are you at? I'm not gonna pull teeth trying to find that thing, but yes, and it's yellow. It is a bright yellow vinyl. It's like one of my most prized possessions. I've been looking for it for a very long time, and I got it as a birthday gift.
I was about to say, where did you find it? Where did
It
you
was a
find
birthday gift. My mom knows I'm a diehard Jamiroquai fan. I thank her because she played that album out like terribly, and yeah.
I didn't hear it for the
Um,
first time until the pandemic. I'm not, and I was like, what is this? How have I not heard this? So,
to be fair, I don't even know how she discovered it. Like, these are Australian boys doing a reggae inspired album. Like, nobody was coming as left field
yeah.
as they were, especially at that time. So definitely that. I'm on 4,
Hold on, what was you
and
said?
I just saw some while going through those. I said songs in the key of life. Quincy. Oh no, I'm at 5
Yeah,
now. This is
five.
gonna be my
Yeah.
fifth. Ooh, okay. Mm, mm. And going through those, I just saw some other ones where I'm like, oh, I forgot I had this. Like
Five is hard. Five is hard. I low key.
5 is definitely hard. Oh, I just look over and I'm like, what else do I have under here? No, this was gonna be my answer. Um, no worries. Yes, love.
Oh, okay.
Another one of my goated albums. So that made it easier. Just looking over. I see that. There you go. That's another one.
Shout out to Knowledge. I'm actually about to. I see. They're going on. I bought my tickets.
I just bought my tickets too.
Yeah, I'm going to see them.
I'm very excited.
And
It's in October.
yeah, I'm seeing them. Oh, yeah, in October. It's a Sunday. So I'm happy. I don't have
You're
to.
going to the Bay show?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, you're in a Bay. I'd be forgetting.
I'm in SAC. So
Oh,
yeah.
okay. That ain't that far. So yeah, I'm going to them. I just went to Kendrick on was that last week? Yeah, damn.
Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So
I lost my voice. I,
at Kendrick.
I was wilding in that stadium. I'm not gonna lie, but like, how could you not? Uh,
Yeah. I've seen Kendrick on every tour since Section 80.
phew.
But I used to go to concerts like way more. The first time I seen him, it was like no more than $20.
I went with people who've seen him already, so they were just letting me have my first time. And like I said, like I try to go to as many concerts as possible. I will try to get to every concert, but for some reason, I just had never seen Kendrick,
I'm
and
surprised.
I feel like I'm surprised too. Like I definitely wanted to see him for Mr. Morale, but I just never got the opportunity.
I enjoyed it more this time. Um, but I'm from Southern California. So this album, it felt like home.
That's special, yeah.
Yeah, it really felt like home. So, I mean, he still sounds like a California artist, like, but like that album, I was like, oh, this feels like what I grew up with, you know. So I enjoy this one more than Mr. Morale, to be honest. Mr. Morale, there's like people, they're there for like one app. A lot of Baby Keem fans were at that one. So they weren't
Mhm.
really there for like Kendrick like that. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, the section I
I
was
feel you though with the Californian feel and like dare I say like he got to show his ass a little bit and be a nigga. Like I feel like we
yeah.
hadn't got that, and now that it's like well and rightfully deserved, like we got to turn up on some other shit. So it was like
And
he
I was
delivered. He
excited.
definitely delivered.
I was excited. I was like, and
Mm-hmm.
I was coming from work too. So I'm like, man, I had a long day at work. I didn't get time to go home and like shower and stuff like that. So I had to like go in the bathroom at work and take a little like I was like, oh man, taking me a little whole bath, but whatever. Went to work, went to the concert. I was like, oh yeah. My voice was almost gone. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, we gotta take some tea because like I can't go to work the next day and not have a
Right.
voice. But
That was definitely the first time I danced like that at a show too, because I was up on my feet the whole time.
yeah, I was
Um,
on my feet the whole time, which
I
surprised
did the
me.
same thing.
My feet hurt after, but I was fine
Yeah.
because I had decent seats.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna like try to upgrade to the floor, but I was like, I'm like 100 level, and people were taxing. They were taxing. It's like I'm not
Definitely.
about to drop $1,000 right now. I was like, rent's due literally the next week. Like,
Mhm.
chill out. But
I
yeah,
did the same thing though. I had a half day at work, jumped in the car, came here, made sure my mom was ready because I ain't trying to be waiting on traffic, try to get down there. We got to Oakland and we took the ferry and said, "Let's do it. Let's get into the city. Let's do it."
dang,
And
how
we
long
had
did it take you to get back then?
not long. There was a late night ferry running because of the show. So
Oh, okay.
super,
I was about to
yeah.
say because that can be trouble.
My boyfriend lives in Oakland, so we stayed there
Okay,
overnight.
you didn't
Yeah.
have to worry about
Yeah.
because
It would have been.
I didn't get back
We've done
until
that
2.
plenty of times though, to where there's a show in the city or there's a show in the Bay. We drive there, we go to the show, we drive right back. Like I feel
That's
like it's in our
crazy.
bones at
That's
this
hella
point. We've
crazy.
done it so
Mm-mm.
many times.
I got on the Caltrain back and
Mm-hmm.
then like I missed the first one because I was trying to get a hot dog. Stupid reason. Stupid reason.
Can't resist.
I was like, I gotta get me a hot dog. I got me a hot dog, missed it, so I
Mm-hmm.
had to wait an hour. And I was like, damn.
Dang.
And I didn't get home until like almost 2 because
And the same with us.
yeah, the Caltrain was messing up. So like they was like, I thought we were gonna be stuck. And I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to Uber all the way back to San Jose. I was like, that's gonna be like $100. I was like, please train work. Please, I did not want to. So luckily it started working, but yeah, that show was
Got
good
up
though.
and running. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Kendrick for that one. That was a good
It
show.
was definitely
A lot more people there was a lot more people who were fans of SZA than I thought would be there. Like my whole section. I was like,
I
oh, I was like, oh, I was like, I didn't think it was gonna be like this.
agree.
Cause I've seen SZA a couple
You
times.
know what I could also
Say that again, I'm sorry.
I've never seen SZA, so I feel like my section was a lot of SZA fans too, and there were a lot of younger people.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I've heard like a lot of directions when it comes to certain performances from certain people. Like I've been to so many concerts, so I feel like I'm really kind of like locked in on performance quality, stage presence, how you sound,
Yeah.
the actual context of the show itself. I feel like that was the first concert in a long time where it just genuinely felt like a lot of fun. Like that concert felt really fun. Like everybody was up on their feet, clapping their hands, even if they didn't know the song. I feel like there was a lot of people around us too that were just kind of like standing and watching, but it wasn't like a dry standing and watching.
In your section on Not Like when Not Like Us played, did they rap that third verse?
No.
Okay.
But also I was screaming and recording myself, so I could watch it back and see. But no, I don't think so.
Yeah, my section, they did not sing it. And the only people who were like rapping it were like the black people around me. And I was just like, that's a little weird. And I was like, you know what though? Good. Good. But I was like, y'all not rapping the third verse where he's like actually saying real stuff. It's a little weird. But yeah, it got a little quiet in that part. But I enjoyed the show, so
it was a good one.
I think that's the first concert I've been to this year. Surprisingly, I was supposed to see Schoolboy Q, but that got canceled.
That got canceled. Oh my gosh, that was my birthday present to myself.
Oh, really? Damn. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? Though? I was pissed because the original day, so I got off work, started heading to Oakland, and something told me check your phone. I looked at my phone, date got rescheduled because I didn't check. And I said, oh, I'm like halfway to Oakland already. So I had to go back home. And then the day that his show was supposed to happen, my sister was walking in graduation. She was getting her master's. So I couldn't go regardless. So I was like, damn. So it getting canceled, I was like, I literally bought the Anderson Park tickets with that money. I said, I'm just gonna buy it with this. So, but I have, yeah. Schoolboy was the only concert. 'Cause I usually don't try to go to concerts now because I'm like so tired from work. I get off at 6. I'm like, do I want to go all the way to San Francisco or Oakland? But yeah, I only have Anderson Paak. I have Affinity Song in November, but that's it.
Let's see. Who have I seen this year? This is a good handful, so I gotta think about it. I recently saw Smino. That was amazing.
Okay, Smino's good live.
He was so good. I wasn't even expecting it. Okay, I've seen Wale. I saw Smino. I saw Pink Seafood. I saw
Seafood.
I feel like I just went to Black Joy Parade in Oakland. Actually hired him for like a little itty bitty.
Oh, I got sick.
Like I'm gonna do.
I usually go to that. I got sick, and I didn't want to like contaminate people, so I stayed my ass home.
I'm sure.
Because I usually buy.
I saw Cleo Soul.
You saw Cleo?
I drove to LA. Saw Cleo Soul.
Ooh,
phenomenal.
I'm jealous.
Made a whole trip out of it. Me and concerts in LA and making trips go hand in hand because I did the same thing on a whim last year. I don't know how I did it, but the first night I went to the Alchemist and Friends show and saw a bunch of dudes there, and then the next night I went to Solange's El Dorado Ballroom and saw a bunch of, that was like the craziest weekend stint I've ever done in my life, but it was perfect. Like I have no complaints about that trip whatsoever.
It's good. LA get everything. I've flown.
And then I saw Raven Monet as well.
This year? You saw all them this year?
Yes.
Damn.
I've seen maybe like 5-6 people this year. I push myself. I definitely am going to try as much as I can.
You know what though?
And then they just announced for Juneteenth in the city is going to be Music Soul Child and Lloyd. So I'm going to try to get to that
I'm probably
next
going to
weekend.
that.
So
it's Father's Day though.
yeah, all of it. They said free? Free? Okay.
I was like, oh, I will be there. I'm literally
Yeah.
I'm literally gonna fly in to San Francisco because I got to go to my niece's graduation. I'm literally flying in that day,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm probably like gonna have my bags with me, but I don't care. Like I don't care. I'm going to see Music Soul Child is. I need to see him. He's on that list. He's one of the few
You
I
need
haven't
to
seen.
see him.
But yeah, I've seen
When I
some.
saw him on accident, I broke down crying, but I was like, I was trying to hold it together, but then he did my favorite song, and I was like, I just started floating, like that picture of Winnie the Pooh floating. Like I just felt like that, like I couldn't do nothing.
Yeah,
Like there was people. I was standing at the stage, and people around me were like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I'm fine."
yeah, I need to see him.
I'm an emotional concert goer. I'll cry if I have to cry. I definitely will.
You be crying at concerts? Hmm.
It depends on who it is, but yes, I definitely have before.
You know what though? This last Renaissance, like with Beyonce, I was like, why do I feel something right now? I shouldn't feel nothing. Um, but I didn't cry, but I was like, I feel something. This feels a little different. There's only been like,
Mhm.
I don't think there's anybody that got me like to that point, but there's been people that got me in my feels. When I saw J. Cole for the first time. He did Love Yours, and I was going through some things at that time. So that one
Mhm.
I was like, don't do this in public. People can't see you. That's the only reason why the tears didn't come out. I was definitely in my feels with that one, but
The songs with sentiment and that are real personal, it's just gonna hit you.
it's going.
Especially when it's like your repeat song or your I'm going through something or like I'm here at this moment because XYZ and then the song like you can't hold yourself back from that. I cry like a baby at Cleo. Like the feelings that she invokes anyway.
Cleo Soul
So
is going. That's what she
that's just
does, though. Yeah. Damn, you got to see Cleo Soul. He's lucky.
that was a crazy
That's lucky.
situation. Man, we was trying to get rid of our last ticket for so long. We couldn't even sell our last ticket. Like
Really?
it was a whim.
Yeah, I was gonna. So what happened for me is I bought Dreamville tickets, and then I found out that
Mhm.
that tour was happening, and I was like, damn. But I like booked too much stuff, and I was like, I had to make a decision. So I didn't even go to Dreamville.
Mhm.
I gave my Dreamville ticket away for free. Um, I gave it to one of my friends. Oh, I don't know if you follow her, Mimi. I don't know if you know Mimi, but I gave it away to her because I was just like, I can't go. But I was trying to sell it right, and then like people were like lowballing me, and I was like, you know
Mhm.
what? I'll rather give it away for free than like y'all lowball me.
Somebody
You
that.
not going like she lives in North Carolina, so I was like, she don't have to do anything. All I gotta do is ship the ticket to her. Like
Mhm.
I'll take the loss if she get to have this experience because
Yeah.
I booked like a Chicago trip. I booked a Seattle trip, and so it was gonna all be back to back. And then I had a work trip in Palm Springs, and I was like,
Mhm.
I can't do all this. My body would break down because I wanted to go to Cleo Soul, but I was like, nah, can't do that. You lucky though. That's a
I
good.
want to say I had the same thing happen though. I think I had a. Okay, so yes, it went Raven Lene. So this is by weekend. This is weekends down the line. So it went Raven Lene, Cleo Soul. I think I had something else to do. I had a break in the weekend. Then I had um, my birthday trip to Mexico, and then I had like a photo shoot booked or something. And these are all weekends. And the first couple things I want to say, it's either I'm in the Bay for the weekend or we're out here in Zach for the weekend. And so the couple of weekends back to back, I had to go to the Bay, and then it was Cleo, and then I had to come back for an obligation here. And then I had to get ready to go to Mexico. I'd never been out the country. So I'm like having to prepare myself with all this stuff. I come back from Mexico, I get COVID. So I'm out of work for literally like 2 weeks, 3 days. It was crazy. It was insane.
Thank y'all for watching. I had to cut that episode all weird, and there was some audio like issues at the beginning that I didn't even catch when I first recorded the episode. But thank y'all for watching, man. Shout out to Kai for coming on. I loved her answers, you know what I'm saying? This has been Pressing Matters. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Go watch the old episodes. Go watch the new episodes. Just watch it. And I'll be back with another episode. Peace out.